Thank you, Secretary Romulo, Mr. Sober de Ayala, cabinet members, members of media. Secretary Romulo and Undersecretary Conejos have put this global forum in the context of overall development. Let me put it in the context of what we are experiencing in the world today. As we face the most significant global economic and financial crisis in a generation, the poor feel it most. I direct our economic team to work hard on all fronts to manage inflationary pressures and provide a safety net to those hit hardest by these global developments. I also direct them to drop a contingency plan to cushion the impact of a possible economic recession of the developed economies on the ordinary people of the Philippines. Possible, but you hope it will not happen, but it's important to have a contingency plan. And I direct the Department of Foreign Affairs, the Department of Labor, and the Commission on Filipinos Overseas to draw up a similar plan for overseas Filipinos. Migration, as was pointed out in the presentation of Undersecretary Conejos, is a growing global phenomenon. We have 8 million Filipinos abroad, but it's for only a fraction of the 191 migrants all over the world. Overseas Filipinos, however, in our country, continue to play a critical role in the country's economic and social stability. You know, when I was in New Zealand, they were telling me that they have an even bigger percentage of New Zealanders who work abroad than the Philippines. The difference is that mom and pop send their expatriates money abroad to help them with additional income. In our case, our overseas Filipinos send us money here and help their families, their communities, and our economy. And I might also add that one very well-known and well-paid Filipino working overseas says that we should begin to call our overseas Filipinos expatriates because the nature of their job is increasingly more on skilled professions. And they should be called expatriates because expatriates usually get higher pay than if you just call them workers. The government and the people honor our overseas Filipinos, whether you call them OFWs, OCWs, as Dante Ang likes to call them, overseas Filipino investors. And I agree that we should begin to call them expatriates rather than OFWs. But in any case, we honor them for their sacrifice and dedication to their work, their family, and their nation. We welcome their contribution, but we are working towards a day when Filipinos no longer need to go abroad for a job, for the day that overseas work is just another career option and not the only choice they have to earn a living. This Filipino I'm talking about that said that they should be called expatriates rather than OFWs is working abroad because it's a career choice. He's one of the highest paid persons in his profession in the whole world. Meanwhile, while we're working for that day, when for everybody it will be just a career choice and not a necessity to go abroad, on the basis of our expatriates' contributions, and on our nation's humanitarian responsibilities to our people wherever they are, whether they are here or abroad, our government works doubly hard to strengthen the protection of our workers. Our policy is not to export labor. Our policy is to protect our workers when the market conditions, both abroad and in the Philippines, give them an opportunity to work abroad. And it is in this context, today, in this day and age, in this particular time in the economic development of the whole world, that it is our honor to host the Global Forum on Migration and Development this month. So I congratulate Secretary Romulo and his team for the preparations, and I hope that everybody contributes to making this a success, not only for the sake of the organizers, but for the sake of the Filipinos whom we are proud of and who make a good name for our country all over the world. Thank you.